Alright, so you guys may have heard me already. I'm the shy one that never talks at all.
Oh, please.
So I don't give a speech. You're lucky I didn't make it to IKEA and get my roll-out one. So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Sierra and Tanya, my wife right here. They've asked I don't share anything embarrassing. So that's the end of my speech. I'm done. But my wife says I'll never listen, so I have to follow that suit. Because I don't think I'm going to let you guys off that easily. So for those of you that I have not met yet, I'm Justin, as in Sierra's father, sometimes referred to as J1, as to not be confused with my new son-in-law, Justin, J2, which is rather odd. I mean, Sierra knew from the beginning of my name, Justin's name, but where's the stop? I mean, his old father's name, Michael, boring. My father's name, just as boring, exact same, Michael. So, at this point, Sierra's got a chance to run. No, she snagged a great guy, and even these similarities can't change what the heart knows. But enough about that. So what requirements did these two set before for me for this night? Well, no politics, lots of ABBA references and lyrics. Everybody knows that ABBA is in fact the greatest band of all time.
No!
And lots of Jesus, you know, the other greatest man of all time. So, where does this all even start? Put your caps on. Well, you see, it started on a lovely star-filled evening. According to the doctors, 9,788 days ago, Tanya, my lovely bride, and Sierra's mother just singing along and quoting the marvelous band I mentioned earlier, being ABBA.
Okay. My hands are burning!
Or something very similar, as my ABBA tribute band said. Mamma mia, here I go again. My, how can I resist you? Mamma mia doesn't show again. My, just how much I missed you. Now you may be trying to cycle the numbers in your head still, but that simply reflects back that one special night, Tanya just said, I can't keep, oh shoot. I got onto the non-code friend. I'm sorry. We're gonna get back on track. Get your minds out of the gutter. So, what to this day is still one of the strongest memories that we still have. Sierra was brought to the world many, many days ago, as I mentioned. And my first words were, she is so beautiful. Second words were, she has her mother's nose. Even at only 2 pounds, 6 ounces, 14 and a half inches long, and delivered at exactly 32 weeks to the day. She was 2 months early and a preemie. To this day, both these comments still are at the forefront voice of truth. But to say that we were scared, nervous, and excited was an understatement. Here we were, 18, 19 years old, living at our first Air Force base in Jacksonville, Arkansas. God only knew that this day would once come and making of our awesome little family, and one day bring us to being here in front of each of you, to have the honor and blessing of watching her one day walk down the aisle, blossom into the woman that Sierra is today. To say words of being proud is simply an understatement. Now here we are, we get to fast forward all these years later, or if you remember your math from earlier, 9,564 days, Sierra asked us if we can invite someone over to meet for supper, J2. Of course we accept the offer to finally meet this man she's talked so much about. And then we get to his first impression. Get this guy out of my house. I'm just kidding. So, that dreaded first impression. I'm in the kitchen, Tanya's in the living room. He greets Tanya first, then goes on his way to get across the living room, dining area, and in the kitchen where I am. He simply could have waved, said hi, sat down, but he had a purpose to a good first impression. And that first impression is absolutely everything. This is exactly what he did with a nice intro and handshake. With this alone, I was taken aback and immediately thought, I can usually read people pretty well, and said to myself, uh-oh, I can already tell him I like this guy.
in trouble.
Justin, as you know, it's a huge pleasure to welcome you into our family. Over the years, we've come to think of you as a son we never asked for, but one that we're simply not willing to let go or get rid of. Over the coming months and now years since this first meeting, we've really got to spend a lot of time with both you guys and getting to know each other on a much deeper, more serious than surface type of conversation of, hey, how are you? How are the Blues doing? How do the Cubs still suck? Anything of that nature. Yes, the Cubs still suck. See the little ways of him calming her after getting a certain piece of paper that happens when you have a lead foot and the speed limit changes on Interstate 55 before crossing over back into St. Louis. And no, Sierra, I never mentioned it being a speeding ticket and that it's your only one. And that was as if the world was definitely coming to an end because this lady had it out for you, aka the police officer. But anyways, the way he walked her through this meltdown was one of the most significant telltales of how he was going to be able to be there for her in a time of need, and that I finally have someone that could be there for her like she needs, instead of having to rely on Tanya and myself. With this, what some of you may have called a simple gesture was just another of us knowing that they are in fact actually made for each other. Sierra and Justin, I think I can honestly speak for Tanya and me both in our own 26 years of marriage that she still puts up with me when I say we're super proud of you two and the man and woman you two are both blossoming into being and have become. Both with your walk as now husband and wife, children of God, and simply great people. Am I proud and ready to give my lovely daughter away? No, I'm still not. But with seeing the love in both of you, it truly does make it a little bit easier to do this as we also gain a son into our own lives, the son that I've never got to have. We feel as though we've done everything within our ability to set you both forth on this path and walk of life. We both love you very much, and with that, let us toast. Everyone please raise your glasses with me, wherever I set mine. I hope that's fine.
It is.
To the great friends and family that we get to welcome into our lives with the marriage and love of Justin and Sierra, we simply say thank you to the many, many years to come under the protection of God's unwavering love for each of us. Cheers.
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 All right, with that, I need you to follow me out here onto our dance floor.
I'm going to my I can't believe that just happened.
Woo-hoo-hoo!
He was mighty fine, man.
Oh, well, thank you, sir.
What?